Welcome to our weekly Torah lesson. This week's Torah portion is Parsha's Behar. The question of the week is, how can we create calm and peace in our life? So this week's Torah portion, Parsha's Behar, speaks about the mitzvah of Shemitah, the 7th year, which is supposed to be a sabbatical year. So the Torah says as follows: Shabbos Shabboson Yiyah La'aretz. The earth should be Shabbos. And it says, Shabbos LaHashem, a Shabbos to Hashem. And the verse continues on to say, V'hoisa, there will be Shabbos ha'aretz, the Shabbos to the land will be Lachem to you, La'achla to eat, L'vamtechan to your animals. Obviously, you have the literal translation of the verse, but the Rebbe says you see something very interesting over here. The Torah says the earth should lie fallow, the earth should rest. But then it says, Shabbos LaHashem, it should be a Shabbos LaHashem. Is the earth supposed to rest? It's supposed to be a Shabbos for Hashem. And what does it mean to you to eat and for your animals? So the Rebbe says, we're going to look at this from a Kabbalistic perspective. What the Torah is teaching us is as follows. If you want to experience a Shabbos in your life, you want to be calm, you want to be peaceful, you want to be relaxed, you have to remember that when you relax, Shabbos la Hashem, you can't just do nothing. You have to dedicate your life to do what Hashem wants, which means to learn Torah and do mitzvahs. But while you're doing that Shabbos la'aretz, you have to disconnect from artzias. You have to disconnect from materialism. So when you're sitting down to learn. When you're sitting to pray, and forget about the world. Forget about your phone and your texts and your voicemails and all the responsibilities you have. And then when a person does that, not only when you pray and study Torah, the Torah tells us, la'achla, even when you're sitting down to have dinner or lunch or breakfast, yourself or with your family, also disconnect. Focus on what you're doing. Which means anything that you're doing that's in common with animals do, anything you're doing to survive. When you're doing what you're doing, create a Shabbos experience. So in other words, you should create a Shabbos experience in every part of your life. Torah, mitzvahs, eating, drinking, sleeping, whatever you're doing, do it LaHashem. So the answer to the question, how can we create a peaceful and relaxing and calm experience in our life? The Torah lays it out very clearly. Do whatever you're doing it. First of all, do it LaHashem. Don't do it for selfish interest. Whether it's learning Torah, or doing mitzvahs, or praying, do it for Hashem. And also, whenever you're doing for Hashem, even if it's materialistic things like eating or anything that we do that's natural to us, we should do it for Hashem. We do it for Hashem, we will merit, like the Torah says, Shabbos will have the ultimate relaxation in our lives. We'll have a life full of peace, a life full of calm, and a life full of happiness. Thanks so much for joining us for our weekly Torah lesson. This week's Torah lesson is dedicated to the memory of Baruch ben Aryeh Leib, Shlomo ben Yosef, and Rachel Baslipa. May their souls be elevated by Torah we're studying in their memory. Have a great and blessed week. Shavua Tov.